Scott, a 10-day break or so, important to recharge the batteries. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, it was nice to get a bit of time away. A pretty hefty sort of 5-week block there, and not loads of cricket, but enough cricket that the time off was necessary. So yeah, got home for a bit, got to see everyone, spend some time with the family. So it was nice.
And a good start to the season for yourself. 12 wickets leading the way for Leicestershire. What's impressed you most about the way you've bowled?
Good question. I think more so probably the way the attack's held itself together. We've sort of all chipped in. No one's really led the way as such. I think we've tried to keep it quite simple. We've not had too much reward from pitches or certainly the balls at the start of the year. So really just been about trying to do the basics as well as we can for long periods of time. Fonz has been pretty hot on that, and the collective buy-in of the bowlers has been really good.
I was going to talk about the attack. Quite a young attack so far this summer. Batting-friendly wickets as well, as you've mentioned. What have you made of the efforts and the lessons that we've learned on these sort of 5 rounds or so far?
I think we've been brilliant. As I say, we've not ripped up any trees, but we've just done enough to stay ahead and to pick up points. And those first innings points are obviously crucial to setting up your games. And as you say, we've not really had a senior leader in our attack. We've all sort of learnt on the fly. We've had Greener come and go on loan, obviously myself on loan, and Benny and Scriv have done really well also. And also Saul's efforts at the start of the year, particularly that Sussex game, was brilliant. So we've all just done enough. We've all sort of kept each other going, and I think that's testament to Leicestershire as a club. I think there's a big feel of that around the place.
Obviously, as you mentioned, Matt Salisbury will come back into contention for this game, as will Josh Hall. How big a boost will that be?
Yeah, massive. Yeah, nice to see Hully back fit and raring to go. We had a couple of inter-squad T20s, and he looked like he was working his way up ahead of steam. So, yeah, whoever gets the nod, I'm sure they'll be keen, like the rest of us, after a week off to stake a claim.
And on your own game time, consistent performances, I think, are ever present in the team so far. That must have been the motivation behind the season-long loan.
100%, mate. As I've mentioned a few times to other various people, that wasn't exactly getting those opportunities to play week in, week out at Hampshire. So, yeah, whenever I'm offered a rest or a week off, I'm very reluctant to take it, because I want to keep playing, I want to do my bit and to keep learning and hopefully keep contributing to results for Leicester.
Looking ahead to this week, Gloucestershire, the visitors obviously full of confidence from their win last time out. What would you make of their threats?
Yeah, spot on, mate. They'll be coming here expecting to turn us over after a pretty good result on the road last week. So it's up to us as a collective to get in the way of that and to really focus on ourselves. We'll do our analysis on the opposition, but we like to focus on what we're doing and what we're trying to bring week in, week out, and that won't change this week.
Obviously, the rain so far has thwarted games. It's sort of broken days up and whole days lost. But what you have seen from those 5 games, what elements can we sew together to get a positive result this week? I
think the blueprint's probably the way we did it at Derby. Obviously, we batted first there, and that's not to say that if we don't bat first, we can't set up games like that. But to really drive the initiative, and I think you see in Division 2, once you get a sniff, once you get ahead of the game, it's important to drive that in and be ruthless, because wins seem to be quite rare this year and obviously in years gone by. So that's probably the key message, I think, this week. Fonz is brilliant around those sorts of messages, and when you get an initiative, when you get a sniff, to try and bury the opposition.